Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be going over my lineup for week 2 of the King of the Court here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. As I record this video, it's really early. I woke up early this morning. It's 7:03 a.m. King of the Court starts in about 5 hours as I record this video. There is a possibility that my lineup changes very slightly from where it is right now, and I'm going to explain why that is, because if y'all watched the video that I posted earlier this morning, which was my Diamond Hidden Gems exchange, I got a new point guard, and that point guard, go watch the video, is Diamond Jamal Crawford, which basically allowed me, because now I have an unsellable Diamond Jamal Crawford and an unsellable Amethyst Baron Davis, not to mention Jalen Brunson as well. Russell Westbrook, as great as he is not really worth keeping for the amount of MT that he's going for. So I actually sold my Russ yesterday. He sold for about 400k MT. Then this morning, again, like I said, I woke up really early. I'm sitting just looking through the auction house and I see a Russ that's about to end with 8 Hall of Fame badges, a couple extra added Hoffs, and I bought him for right at 300k MT. So I made, after taxes, probably about 70k off of that purchase. But again, remember, as I record this video, it's 7 a.m. King of the Court starts in 5 hours. I decided I'd just throw my Russ right back up. So I grabbed that one for a cheaper price and I threw him right back up. And again, he's got a couple extra Hall of Fame badges. He's got Hoff handles for days and Hoff posterizer. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that this card sells for another 400,000 or 500,000 MT and I make a nice little MT profit again, which this is just a nice little stack of MT here if that does work out. If it doesn't, oh well, I think at worst I basically am going to break even at this point. But there's a good chance that I basically turn this selling my Russ and then buying another Russ for 100k cheaper, which after tax is about what, 60k cheaper. So that's about 60k profit right there. I sell this one again for another 400k, gain another 60k. I'm looking at 120k profit basically from selling my Russ, buying another one, and selling that one too, in the difference of what I made there with MT. So I am very pleased about that, and that's going to give me a good chunk of MT considering I already have 468k. I've been selling a lot of stuff in my collection, a lot of things like that, and I'm actually going to have a lot of MT, which is going to be very, very nice. So with that being said, it is possible I will change my lineup slightly, but as of now, the lineup we got is this: Jamal Crawford, Anthony Parker, ML Carr, Draymond Green, and Ronnie Seikaly. I have my bench set up to play T-Mac at point guard if I need to. I will not be playing T-Mac at point guard unless I'm going up against somebody lineup glitching me, but I do have my bench set up in a way that I can put him in at PG if need be, if I'm going up against somebody who's got their own Tracy McGrady at the 1 or Braun at the 1 or whatever the case may be. Gives me the ability for more size, and if not, T-Mac will play my 2, Baron Davis will be my backup 1, and this is what the lineup is looking like. Now, I will say I've added badges to basically every single card. I've added a shoe to every single card as well, except for James Posey, who I might go in and add a shoe to as well, because I got him yesterday. Actually, y'all haven't even seen that video yet as I record this, so if you're seeing this, spoiler alert, may or may not have gotten this card from my Showdown rewards. That video will be posted later today. But that is my new backup small forward. Those are the only two like major additions, I think. I think last week's team didn't have Draymond in it. I think it did have Sharif in it. I forget exactly what it was looking like. Also, Ronnie Seikaly this week got added. So I added a few nice cards to the squad. Sold a couple cards. I know I sold Jeff Ruland. I sold, who was my power forward last week for King of the Court? I truly don't remember. I have to go back and look at my lineup, but I know I sold a few cards this week. Obviously, I sold my Russ as well, and so have made some changes, made some swaps to the lineup this week, but it's looking really, really solid. So very, very pleased where the team is sitting right now, and doing so also with a lot of MT. This Jamal Crawford, first and foremost, I added 5 badges to him. He needs defense, so a movable enforcer, pick dodger, on-ball menace, and off-ball pest were all added, as well as dimer, because he's going to be passing the ball to a lot of jump shooters. So it's if that boosts the green percentage, boost the green window a little bit, I will not complain about that. So putting that dimer badge on there as well is helpful. And then with his shoe, I actually decided to put a driving dunk and 3-point shot shoe just to boost those stats up a bit. He's probably never going to actually trigger takeover because it's so rare to actually get takeover in a game, but if he does, it'll make him a better slasher as well by amplifying his overall dunking ability. But I just like the fact that as he gets closer to that takeover, even if he never activates it, his driving dunk will go up a bit, his 3-point shot will continue to go up a bit. Just continues to unlock him even more on the offensive end of the court. And this is a really good card, by the way. I will do gameplay with him at some point this weekend or early next week, but he's actually super solid defensively. 87 steal and perimeter. He's 6'5 at PG. That 94 agility as well is basically 94 lateral quickness. Like, that's really nice. 84 vert. Not great strength, not an incredible interior defender by any means, but he's an elite shooter. He's actually a capable slasher as well, and his movement is really nice. Really like him. Obviously, Anthony Parker was on my lineup last week, has not changed in a bit. Still really, really good. Elite release at the shooting guard position. Big fan of him. Emil Carr is just I mean, he's only 6'6", but he plays bigger than that. Elite lock, can guard anybody. You need him to guard LeBron. You need him to guard Tracy McGrady. You need him to guard Russell Westbrook. It doesn't matter. He can come out here and hoop at a very high level on the defensive end of the court. That is the value of an Emil Carr in my team, is what he gives you on the defensive end. And also his release is one of my favorite jump shots in the game. So just a cash money shot as well. Have no problems whatsoever starting him at the small forward position. Now, y'all, I mean, my lineup's pretty small. I will say this. Everybody here is 6'6" and smaller for my 1 through 4. That's not like a huge lineup by any means, but at this point in the year, I think you can get away with that. Draymond was an addition this week. I actually bought a Draymond, sold my Draymond back, and then bought another Draymond because I was up really early another night this week as well. So I had actually sold my Draymond back for like 150K. I bought him for like 130 something. Sold him back for 150, so I didn't really make anything off of that after the tax. But then I bought another one for 110. And so that's the Draymond I have now. Added some badges to him. Gave him Deadeye, Glove, Lightning Launch, Pick Dodger, and Limitless Range to upgrade his shooting ability and just his overall versatility as well as a card. Big fan of Draymond. I think he's really good. And defensively, he's phenomenal. Good rebounder. Nice release. Can shoot pretty solidly as well. I honestly like Draymond a lot. I'm a big fan of him at the power forward position. And this Draymond and Seikaly is, I think, one of the more slept-on bigs in the game. He is absolutely phenomenal. I did add Break Starter, Challenger, Deadeye, Set Shot Specialist, and a Movable Enforcer to Ronnie. But I think he's an absolute dog. Gave him a rebounding and shooting shoe as well to improve his shooting ability a bit. His release is a little janky, but he's an elite interior defender. He's got very good speed at 70. I mean, I'm actually shooting pretty well from the 3 as well with him. I'm shooting about 50% from the 3, even with only a 73 ball. So big fan of him in that aspect. And he's got 83 speed, 89 block, 88 interior, elite rebounder, 6'11" big. Like with Hoff, Paint Patroller and Brick Wall as well. He really does defend at an elite level and is one of the best options in the game in terms of countering a Wilt and a Kareem. Obviously can't afford Kareem, but outside of Kareem, I think for my play style personally and trying to counter those bigs as well, Ronnie's kind of the best bigs that I personally could buy right now. I'd rather, I think, run him over Dwight or Chet. And I can afford Dwight or Chet, but to me, I already bought this Ronnie this week. I like him a lot. I feel like Chet doesn't have the strength, Dwight doesn't have the shooting. For me, Ronnie is kind of the perfect mix of both. So I'm a big fan of him at the center position as well. Obviously, T-Mac's going to play a ton. I have him as my backup point guard, but he's going to play a lot, and he's not going to play backup point guard barely at all unless I'm playing against somebody line of glitching. So Bailout, Paint Patroller, Pick Dodge, Removable Enforcer, and On-Ball Menace on him just to help improve him defensively as well. T-Mac's a stud. He even has some a defensive shoe added as well. So big fan of T-Mac. I think he's an elite card, and I think he does a lot of things really, really well at whatever you need him to do. At 6'8" with a long wingspan, he can guard at a super high level. He's an exceptional slasher, great release. Movement could be a bit better, but that's okay. Movement isn't the most important thing in this game anyway. Vince is only going to play in a light-up glitch lineup. That's about the only way. Is if I have to put T-Mac at the 1, that's about the only way Vince plays. Otherwise, I doubt he plays. With that being said, he does have Gold On-Ball Menace out on him to improve his defensive ability a little bit. He does have a Diamond Shoe as well, which helps his blow-by ability and his dunking a bit. So I guess to drive by defenders, not actually improving the dunking, but a nice little shoe on there as well just to boost him up a little bit. James Posey is not a card I've done much to. I did add Silver Paint Patroller, but he as a base card, I mean, just comes really complete for what I need him to do, which is shoot the 3 at a high level, off the catch and shoot. He does have Bailout as well, and he's got all the defensive badges in the world. So really, really nice card. Adding that Silver Paint Patroller is nice. I should probably put some sort of shoe on him, maybe a 3-ball shoe that boosts up a little bit of interior ability as well, if that's something I can do, or 3-ball and speed, whatever the case may be. But there are a bunch of shoes I could put on him, so we're probably just going to go through and add a shoe to this James Posey in a bit. Not totally sure which shoe I'll add, but I like him a lot too. Sharif's a beast, budget monster. Everybody should have Sharif on their team unless you have like the best lineup in the game. My Sharif only has Gold Pick Dodger added, but he's a super solid card. Just does everything on the court well. Solid defender, solid rebounder, nice catch and shoot shooter, has legit athletic ability, can put the ball on the floor just a little bit. He's not a shot creator really, but he can catch and attack a closeout at a high level. Just overall super solid card, elite level Ruby, and big fan of him and Posey as elite Rubies on my bench. And then I got Şengün, who has all defensive badges added. He's got Immovable Enforcer, On-Ball Menace, Paint Patroller, Post Lockdown, and Pogo Stick. He is a really nice pick and pop big offensively. Defensively, he competes. He's not as good as Draymond and Seikaly on the defensive end. The shoe also boosts up his interior ability even more because he needs it. But he's got solid athleticism for a big. He's a really nice pop, good release. Super solid center in my team still. Still a big fan of what Şengün can give me on the court. And Baron Davis is my true backup point guard. So Baron has gold immovable, gold lightning launch, and silver paint patroller on him as well, which is just another couple of extra badges to help him out just a bit. Overall, big fan of Baron. He's got a shooting and perimeter defense shoe as well. So big fan of him as my backup PG. Juwan Howard and Joel Embiid will not play. Honestly, no reason to even have them in here. I could probably just put in gold cards, to be completely honest, because those guys will not be playing on my team. So it's basically an 11-man rotation so that I have the ability to counter lineup glitch if I go up against it. And otherwise, my 10-man lineup will have Baron, T-Mac, James Posey, Sharif, and Alperen Şengün off the bench. Either way, should be a good week. Hopefully we do better than we did last week. Last week was not great. So hoping to get, ideally top 1% is kind of the goal for today, but at least top 10% at the very minimum. So be interested to see how my King of the Court run goes. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.